Ebony Talk. Pull up, grab a chair, we grown, no cap, no code. Just truth on the floor, yeah. Round table, plates out, paint out. She like, girl, I stayed, should've stayed out. He like, man, I lied, then I laid out. We all laughed and we still let it play out. Side chick stories, divorce paper, sneaky links, future babes. Screenshots, re-receipts, hearts on red. Everybody got a ghost, everybody got a bed. Ebony Talk, let's talk about it. Good, bad, the ugly, we still shout it. No filters here, say what you feel. If it hurt, if it heal, we keep it real.
Ebony Talk, we gon' talk about it. Side by side, every flaw, every habit. No judgment, just grown folks vibing. All kinds of love on this island.
Let's talk about it.
She said he a king, but he cheat too. He said shorty live first chance she grew.
Welcome back to Ebony Talk, the space where real conversation actually happens. It's been a long 5 years, but guess what? We're back, baby.
We're back.
Season 2, episode 1 starts now. I'm Lynn, your host, sitting here with my two powerhouse co-hosts, Black and Tisa. And together we're about to dive in straight into the conversation that hits hard. You guys ready?
We ready.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see what's going on.
All right.
Let's get it.
So, first topic is relationship realness. What it means, how it moves, and why it matters. So grab a seat. The roundtable conversations is now in session. All right. So let's talk about it. What does relationship mean to y'all? What relationship means? Like what, how, why it matters, what it means, what's going on? In my opinion, I think relationships are important. And here at Ebony Talk, we don't just talk about, romantic relationships. It's about business ships, friendships, parentships, childrenships, all types of relationships. And we know relationships are important. So why do you think a relationship matters? What you think, Black?
I think honesty starts with honesty. If you're honest in a relationship, it can go a long way.
Okay. Honesty is good. What else do you think?
I think it's important to have day-to-day relationships to move on in your life day-to-day.
Mm-hmm. I think accountability and communication is a big one for me. Okay. I feel like a lot of people in my past life, I had to find myself and hold myself accountable because I realized I was the problem after I healed. And in my current relationship now, with my husband, I realized that, dang, I was the problem in the past. I wasn't totally the problem, but my mouth was reckless, Yeah. I didn't care what I said and how I hurt people's feelings. And being with my husband, he kind of grounded me a little bit. And I had to heal myself and realize I was partially the problems in past failed relationships. What do you think, Reggie?
Yeah, I think relationships is somebody that you can build an empire with. I'm like you. Yeah, I have previous marriages where, they had their issues. That, I felt, but I can also look at myself and things that I did wrong. So that just helped me to be the person I am today. So that's why I never regret my past relationships. It's just still, but somebody that you in a relationship with is somebody, like I said, that you want to build an empire with, somebody that you can grow over.
Correct. Yeah, I agree. So how do you think relationship moves? Like, how should we move in relationships? Because, some people, they get in relationship and they feel like they're muted. They don't have a voice, or they're so connected to their person to where they lose their identity. So in relationships, how do you think it moves? Like, how would you think you can move in a relationship where it ends up being successful? And again, it's not just a romantic relationship. Sometimes we get in relationships and we have these girlfriends that you hang with for a while, and then you start losing yourself. You had this brilliant mind of being something else, and then you get with a clique that totally just diminish what you want to do. So what do you think? How do you think relationship moves you? How do you think, Darren?
Well, Lady Icon, it depends on how you define the situation, because you have some people's situations are different. Because see, some people have been in relationships when they've been in middle school or high school. So you have to define that in a whole different situation, because see, like as in me and my wife, we have been together for 10, 15 plus years, and we have been married for 10. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it depends on how you defined it. Like pretty much how me and my wife rock is like, we've been together for so long that we always like pretty much always looking into doing more things. Like as in, like traveling, like going out more, and that makes the relationship a whole lot better. And communication is more.
I think so.
Communication is the best, I'm telling you, because see, people think that you can just do whatever you want to do. It's not all about doing this, doing that, spending money or whatever. Communication. If you don't have communication, you don't have nothing.
I agree.
You don't have anything.
Absolutely right. Because communication could have solved a lot of problems if somebody just communicated.
Correct.
Yeah. So if communication can fix a lot of things.
Okay.
If you just communicate, open your mouth.
So why do we think relationships matter? Again, relationships across the board. In my opinion, I don't have too many female friends, because I learned a long time ago, just sometimes you just got to be careful about your circle, but you do need that girlship around you. Every now and then you do need that sisterhood, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have to be mindful as to who you hang around, who you bring into your circle. So why do you think relationships matter as a whole? What do you think?
Well, for friendship, relationship, I would say, it's the company you keep. Some people hang around certain people, and people look at you as the same way.
Being the problem.
Correct. So
Yeah.
sometimes it's good to minimize some of that. Keep some people like your church friends, and then your car club friends, and then your sisterhood friends. So yeah, it's better to separate.
Yeah, because I feel people use that word friend too loosely.
Correct.
Everybody is not your friend, and I was always growing up. My mom, we coming up. My friend, my mom, you ain't got no friends.
I know that's
And me at 50, I'm ready to fight. So I'm too old to be trying to fight somebody that's supposed to be my friend, that calls themselves my friend, but then go back and stab me in the back, or you hear them, like, take up for me when I'm not in the room. That lets me know that you're my friend. If somebody's saying something bad about me and you don't agree with it, if you sitting there with your mouth closed, you agree with it.
Yeah, I think so too. That's a big thing for me. I've never mixed friends. Like I had two friends growing up, and to be honest, they never connected. I did one thing with one set of friends. I did another thing with another set of friends. And I teach my kids, do not miss your circle, because not everything is for everybody. Correct. I said the only time y'all need to be together is maybe at my wedding and my funeral, because there's a different vibe for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So Elmo, what do you think? Why do you think relationship matters?
First of all, I want to say thank you for having me here. Relationship is really a good communication. Let's put the word down. Relationship. Relationship is two words, right? Relations mean what? Communication, understanding, right? Ships do what? Sail or sink, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't have no communication, you're gonna sink or you're gonna swim. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta communicate with a lot of people. Now the word friend, what is the number one word in the word friend? End. See, I don't look at nobody as my friend. If I call you my sister, I call you my brother, that means we have something deep. You know what I'm saying? That's family.
Right.
That stays together forever. You know what I'm saying? The word of family is I love you. You know what I'm saying? So I love you as family. But when you become my friend, that means you go somewhere else and be friendly with somebody else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And talk bad about me. And see, one thing about it is a lot of people don't understand that. Stop saying that you're real. Don't never give nobody that's real. You know what I'm saying? Because real comes with real lot of things. See, you got real come with real fakes, real problems,
absolutely,
real liars, real cheaters, real manipulators.
Come on.
What my thing is, when you get somebody solid, they cannot be broken. You see what I'm saying? Everybody say, I'm real. If you real, stay away from me. Because you're going to come with a real problem. You see what I'm saying?
That's
so
right.
You solid. You ain't solid.
I know that's right. That's right.
gonna show. It's gonna show.
You know what? I'll let the chime in on that.
Come on with it.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, see, people think, you know what I'm saying, just because I'm gonna get deep with this.
Go ahead. Take the time.
Hey, I want y'all to feel me on this when I say this. I want y'all to feel me. All right. What it is, see, people think you're a friend. If I'm your friend, I'm going to tell you what you don't want to hear. You know what I'm saying? People think you're supposed to agree with them. So, you know what I'm saying? If somebody tell you their problem or what's going on, you're supposed to agree with them. No, that's not a friend.
I'm not that at all.
See, me, I'm a type of person, I will tell you what you don't want to hear.
Absolutely true.
But I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Because if I call you my friend, I'm your friend to the end.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna tell you what you want to hear. I'm gonna tell you exactly what you need to know.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And what you know what I'm saying, the realness of that. And that's why I don't have friends. I have one friend. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna disclose the information, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? But you have to be, if you call somebody a friend, you have to be real with them, no matter if they like it or not.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, you're not in it to tell them what they want to hear. Because if you tell them what you want to hear, you're not their friend.
Yeah, that is true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then if you tell them exactly what they need to know, if they get mad with you, I would tell them, me personally, you can get mad with me, but at the end of the day, at least you know I'm telling you the truth. Because anybody else outside, they're gonna tell you a lot.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Come on.
And that segue into boundaries. A lot of people don't set boundaries, and I realized back in the day I didn't set boundaries for myself. I was trying to be the super girlfriend, the super wife, the super bonus mom, the super this, the super that, and you don't set boundaries. Mm-hmm. And once you start setting boundaries, people tend to feel like you're the problem, you know. And I think in a lot of relationships, not enough boundaries are set. Correct. So how do you guys feel about boundaries in relationships? And that's any type of relationships, because I have a relationship where I thought I was a friend. I called somebody my friend, but I wasn't their friend as they were my friend. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I saw how they moved with everybody else, but when it came down to me, it was limited. You know what I'm saying? You didn't support me as much, and I watched you support everybody else. And then back then, I didn't understand the meaning of boundaries and how important it was to set those boundaries. So let's talk about boundaries in relationships. Kendra, what you think about boundaries in relationships?
Oh my gosh, thank you for asking me. Boundaries are very important because, like you said, I have moments where I feel like I'm more to people than they are to me. And I realized that I didn't really express myself on how I needed them to show up for me. And so they fell through. And then at the end of the day, I was the only one that got hurt.
Right.
So I do feel like you just got to be real clear with your boundaries and let them know what's tea, what's up, how you want them to show up, how they want you to show up, and then we can go from there. And it should cost them, honestly.
Pretty much train them the way you want them to treat.
Right.
Correct.
Absolutely. What do you think, Reggie?
I also think, yes, you want to set boundaries because people need to know what your likes and your dislikes are. But if they are a friend, I mean, it's not every single thing that you could think of off the top of your head, but you got to go through trials and tribulations to see if that person got your back, if they're going to be, even in a relationship. That's the biggest thing, having that communication and having that open mind about like, hey, this is what I like, this is what you like, and where we can meet in the middle.
I think so too. Yeah. All right, so now we're going to break out into this segment, red flag, green flag. So we're going to have a few questions. Tisa, go ahead and ask the first couple of questions. And what it's going to be is, if you think it's a red flag, shout out red flag. If you think it's a green flag, shout out green flag. Y'all ready?
Oh,
yes.
All
Right.
Go. Okay, the first example, they say, I'm not like other people, but they're exactly like other people.
Red flag.
They don't get weird when you win.
Red flag.
That's a good flag.
Green flag. Okay.
They treat parking lot suggestions parking lot speed bumps like suggestions.
Red flag.
Red flag.
Yeah.
Red flag. Yeah,
Red flag.
red flag.
Why don't you care about my safety? You know?
Mm-hmm.
They smell good without announcing it.
Green flag. Hygiene is key.
Oh, I smell good. That's a red flag.
Hey, wow. If you know, you know.
Okay. What about this one? And I can attest to this. They get mad at you for things they dream of.
Really?
Let me tell you, I can have a dream.
Well.
I can have a dream. I can have a dream and then wake up the next morning and want to beat the hell out of my husband. Okay. They listen. Like they actually listen to what you have to say. Green flag. Okay. They don't flinch when you say, "I need a minute to recharge." Green flag. Okay. They're always the victim in everybody else's story.
Say it again.
Yeah, right. Okay, what about this one now? We've all been in relationships and we've all have had exes in our lives, right? So they call all their exes crazy, but somehow dated 5 crazy exes. Because you the problem. You the problem. You the problem. All right. We're going to have one. We're going to do one more. We're going to mosey on along, okay? They keep their word even when it's about small stuff. Like if they say they're going to do it, they keep their word. Green flag. That's a green. All right. Yeah. Okay, so we got some hot seat questions. So who wants to get in the hot seat?
Dun, 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 dun.
Let's get it. Come on.
All right. We're going to start with Sherry first.
Oh, thank you.
We're going to start with Sherry first. Okay, now I'm going to ask you a question.
Let me get all ready.
Go ahead.
Get ready. I just had the tacos and all that.
And by the way, 3 buddies, y'all come check them out.
Yes, sir.
Food is bomb.
Okay, I'm ready.
So I'm going to give you 3 options, though.
Okay.
Do you want a funny question, a spicy question, or a revealing question?
Spicy.
Ooh,
You know,
I knew it. I don't know why I asked, right? I don't know why I asked. Okay. What's one thing your partner does that instantly turns you on? Current relationship, past relationship? What's something your partner does or did that instantly turns you on?
Say it raw or say it.
This is Ebony Talk is raw, uncut, no filter.
Instantly, when he comes to me and he's hard.
Oh.
So he's ready, I'm ready.
Okay. He's ready, you ready. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. All right, Reggie. You want a spicy, a funny, or a revealing?
You know me, sis.
Go ahead. I know it. I don't even know why I asked. I'm gonna ask you the same question I asked Sherry. What's one thing your partner does that instantly turns your temperature up, turns you on?
Man, so many. I'll say when she rubbed my beard.
Okay, that's cute. I like that. Okay. All right, let's keep it on the spicy because I like these questions. Okay, Elmo, name something your partner does that instantly turns your temperature up, turns you on.
Man, let me tell you, y'all don't know. I got learned. Instant perfume. It's called decadence. Let me tell you something. When you put that decadence on, I feel like Taraji P. Henson, baby boy.
All right, Darren, same question.
All right, so what you talking now?
Same question. One thing your partner does that instantly turns your temperature up, turns you on.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I work a lot, so, you know what I'm saying? So when I do be home and I can, you know what I'm saying, get a chance to relax, she'll just come, you know what I'm saying, baby, you know what I'm saying, you need something? I'm like, nah, baby, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes she'll run my shower and everything, you know what I'm saying? Then we go lay in the bed, she start rubbing on me and stuff. You know what I mean? But, you know, you know what, after that, but everything good, you know. It's all good.
Well, one thing for me, I love the way my husband speaks. I don't know why. It's just something about him from day one.
Kane.
The way his little country slang, and I just that shit there. Turn this city girl on. What about you?
All right, this let's hear this one.
She's shy.
Okay.
Sis ain't shy. She got this. She from the city. Come on, let's go.
Her cheeks are rosy already.
Okay. We're gonna slide on over. We're gonna slide on over and do a funny one. So one of the funny ones. All right, Black, funny. If your partner were a household appliance, what would they be and why?
Oh
God, what would it be? I would say the laundry machine.
Why? Because when that thing shakes, it's over.
So you got that.
If your partner was a household appliance, what would they be and why?
Household appliance. I would say microwave.
Okay, why? No, microwave. That's a lot for a microwave now.
Okay, he's hot and ready.
Yes, indeed.
What KK said. Okay.
Well, yeah, but kind of when you get heated up,
It's going.
Yeah.
Look.
I got you.
I know that's right. Okay. What's one unspoken expectation you have in a relationship that you wish you would have known before?
Say that again.
Expectations.
One that you wish you would have
I
known.
can
Say it again.
honestly say I don't have any expectations. Not having expectations, I won't be disappointed.
Exactly.
So I've learned not to have any type of expectations.
I had to grow into that though. That's good.
I had to go into it too because I was expecting a lot of things.
That's a good point.
And when it didn't go the way I wanted it to go, I was disappointed. So
Yeah, definitely.
That's a good point.
Well, first of all, you know what I'm saying? I believe in, you know what I'm saying, you love somebody who you love them for. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you met them how the way they are, that's how the way they are. You know what I'm saying? You can't change a person. You know what I'm saying? So why would you expect something? And if you already having a good time with them and you already been with them and so you already know how they are, so you already know what to expect. So why you want to expect more out of a person if you already see what you already going to expect?
I think because we're human, and sometimes being human, we want.
And we grow too.
Yeah.
We grow depending. We grow in life. So
So let's switch the gears a little bit and let's take the romantic relationship out of it. Let's talk about more of a friendship relationship. So, what expectations you've had in a friendship relationship that you expected and you wish you would have known? Like you had an expectation of, then when you found out it wasn't what you thought it was, but you wish you would have known that beforehand.
I can say from experience, I had a friendship with somebody that I've been known for over 20 years. I was expecting him to be solid like me. You know what I'm saying? If you sick, I'm come running. You know what I'm saying? Something with your wife, I'm come running. Some of your kids, I'm come running. But when something's wrong with you, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, bro, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do this. So everybody's not like me. You know what I'm saying? So I expect him to be just solid and treat me like a brother. Like I treat him like a brother, treat him like family. And it just, it is what it is, and I accept it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew you like this from the get-go. I would never keep it.
You would have fell off, right?
Fell off.
But sometimes, like when that happens, people are fake in friendships and in romantic ships too.
Right.
So you can meet a homegirl and she can be everything like, oh, that's my dog, me and her clique, we good, we that. And then you let years go by and you realize they moving different.
Right.
You know, the way you were before when we first used to kick it as homegirls, now you're not the same person anymore.
Right.
So but then you set this expectation as, okay, this gonna be my person. We cool, we gonna kick it. But then after a while, it's like, dang, had I known this, I would not have invested.
Right.
I invested a long time life relationship with somebody that I had to cut off. And I didn't realize how she was to me until my husband Because sometimes you get into it. My husband had to say, babe, that ain't your friend.
Yeah.
Look at how she moving like this. And I fought his ass. I was like, and he used to be talking. I'm like, he just talking, you know. And I had to realize he's on the outside looking in. I'm so vested in this. I've been in this relationship for so many years to where I've allowed that person to kind of just run over me.
Correct.
You know, and I was always that friend. He was like, cut that motherfucker off. That's not your friend.
Yeah.
And it broke me down, but I had to. I had to. So you just have to realize it's not always friend, you know, romantic ships. Sometimes these friend relationships can really tear you down as well.
I agree. I think, like, for me, I don't judge people on, you know, for not being me. So, like, I might be one of the most giving, caring type of people, and they might not be. But, you know, that's my love language, you know, or, you know, whatever, however I do it. So, but I don't judge them. I just react or act accordingly, you know. So, like, do I have to step back? Okay, I got to step back and give less, you know. But that's kind of like how I do it. And sometimes I still, you know, they're not friends. They might become associates. They might be every once in a while, you know. But you know, I don't know. I haven't really had to cut too many people out. I just kind of like
move accordingly.
I move that same way. I know a lot of people. I'm cool with a lot of people. Not deep on that level, but I'm just a natural people person. So I'm like you. I'll more see how they are now, and I'll react to it because I'm great at adapting. So for me, I call people my family. If you're really close to me, you're family. Now some of us are born in the family, and we can't help that, but you can pick who's close to you.
Right.
So that's why I'm big on that. So I pour into mine like they pour into me. Not the exact same way. I don't have that same expectation to do exactly, but if I pour into you, then if you love me like you say you do, you'll pour into me.
Right. That's right.
Well, see, me, I'm a different type of person. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in people. I believe in logic. I believe in people only if logic makes sense. If the math don't math, if it don't make sense, I don't believe in you.
That's right. That's good.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, if the math don't math, if it don't make sense, I don't believe, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're fake. You know what I'm saying? Like, why I'm wasting my time with you? You know what I'm saying? Because just like I say, if the logic don't make sense, the math don't math, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, but I've met people who don't know how to be friends, or people who don't know how to be in relationships. And I'm just speaking about my military journey and everything. There are people, and especially those only children type of people, really used to getting, and I don't want to say just them. There are other people who are.
They spoil.
I don't want to say just them. I'm just saying it's one of those things where people sometimes don't know what it's like to have a true friend, you know? Some people just don't know. And sometimes you have to show them, but you can still set boundaries, like you guys said before, in doing it. You don't have to, you know, give it all. Like, I never give my all. Like, you guys, to know me, you know me. If you don't know me, most people think I'm a B, you know, but I don't care. You know, so, but I'm one of the most, you know, caring, nicest, anything you ask. Like, oh, you need clothes? I will go in my closet, tags, everything. We wear the same size. You can have it. I don't care, because it's a possession. And that's how I look at it. It's fleeting, you know?
Yeah. I agree. And some people are just natural, like you said, just natural friends. They just know how to be friends.
Right.
And you mentioned something about love language. So I want to segue into that conversation a little bit. What's a love language you thought you had until life corrected you? I say for me, it was acts of service. I felt like I was doing too much for everybody and being this super person for everybody. And life had to correct me and was like, you're doing too much. You're being too much, and you wasn't appreciated. Or you wasn't, you know, they took your kindness or your act of service for unappreciated. You know, they just, oh, that's just something Lynn does, and she's going to continue to do whether I appreciate it or not. So life had to correct me and say, stop being so much or doing so much for everybody and fall back.
Yeah.
What do you guys have?
I think that goes in part of, for me, I'm the oldest sibling. So it's like I'm used to doing for my brothers, doing for my sisters, where I took that on in, you know, life, period. Like, it took for a coworker to, you know, tell me, it's like, you can't expect everybody to do the same thing you do.
That is
true. I walk
Yeah.
around all day complaining about stuff at work, calling my husband, complaining about, stuff at work, stuff, people not doing that I'm doing. And I felt like if I can do it, they could do it.
Right.
Well, they should be doing it.
Correct.
And it didn't come out that way.
What about you, Kendra? What's a love language you thought you had until life corrected you?
Oh my God. For me, it would be words of affirmation. Because I just love when people tell me how amazing I am. But people just weren't showing up for me in other ways that I needed them. So I quickly realized that that means nothing if you don't really need it.
Correct. Yeah.
So my love language is quality time. Like if you show up, we can just hang out, you call me, you make the time for me, that's fine. But if you're just saying all the ways that you love me, but you're not showing up and defending those ways, it doesn't really matter for me.
Yeah, good point.
Okay.
Good point. What about you? What's a love language you thought you had, but life corrected you?
I'm going to say helping. I help a lot. I babysat people's children. They were so appreciative. So I can say that. I'm a helper. I will give, and receive nada. Zero. So that's for me.
What about you, Reggie?
Yeah, I'm definitely an affectionate person. So that love language is major to me. So along the way, when I haven't gotten that, then I moved on. I'm just going to be straight up on that. So, but
don't just hold on. Whoa. Let's put a pause on that. You just eased on my there a little bit. Let's do that. So when you didn't get enough of that, right? Mm-hmm. You moved on. Like, what's your limit of not getting enough of it?
Right.
Like, was it a couple of years where you was giving, and then the person was just like taking you for granted and
because I'm big on communication. So yeah, if I get to that point where I start feeling that from that person, I will say something to them and say, hey, this is what I'm feeling. I'm not expecting you to change or something you can do overnight. If you want to change, you're gonna make that change. But this is what I need. I asked them, what am I doing what you need? When you saying yes, so I gave them a year. From that point, I say, okay, I ain't tell them that.
That's a good time.
I just gave them a year. After that year, and I asked them again, hey, is this is still the same problems? And they say, oh, I'm working on it. And I'm
to me, I don't think it takes a year for someone that you're in a relationship or that you love or whatever to get their shit together. I just don't think a year. I think a year is way too long.
Oh, and it was.
If they want to get it together, I'm not gonna say it's gonna be overnight, but you notice it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And that's what it. So that's. I just gave them that year. I can see it within the year. Stuff can happen. Anything could change in your life or whatnot. So I just felt, a year was a little longer because at the end, that was more that I had to get over.
Yeah,
but for me, I just could always look back on that and say, hey, I gave them every opportunity to make that change.
Yeah. All right. What about Emma? What's the love language that you thought you had and life had to correct you?
Well, I can speak for a previous relationship that I was in and where I was given, like I said, I'm an affection type person, but I'm an aggressive dude, you know what I'm saying? But I'm an affection type person, and my thing is, don't tell me that you're this, and I'm this, and you're not considered what you are. Right. I am what I am. You see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna change who I am because you're not ready to be who you are.
Right.
Me, So I had this situation where I was given, said, okay, let's try this. Well, let's try this. Let's try my way. Then we try to do it her way. It's like, no, I look like 2 and 2 equaling 4. You know what I'm saying? let me bag up real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because of the fact that if you're not going to pour into me when I'm pouring into you, we need to go ahead and pour this.
Got to go. I know that's right. Absolutely. I know that's right. That was a good one.
That's a good one. Darren, what's the love language?
Well, I always been a quality time type person. You know what I'm saying? Like I always want to spend quality time. Like even ever since I've been in middle school, even up till now. Like I always love quality time. Like it's never a love language. Like it's never. I never thought, of any other love language, that I had, but other than quality time. Because I always like spending time. Like if I'm spending time with you, that means, that you care about me, you love me, that you want to be around me, and that's all, and that's my love language always. As long as you with me, we can conquer anything.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? For real.
Sherry, what about you? What's the love language you thought you had and life had to correct you?
It used to be quality time, but now it's gift giving. So, let me say, I want them to give me gifts.
Right.
Yeah.
So you want to be on the receiving end of it.
So, like I like a mix. If I'm really, really into somebody, I want to be in their skin. So, I want them around me all the time. I want to smell them. I want to touch them, lick them, all of it. So if I like them. If I don't like them, then it's like one of those things. I'm busy.
Why'd you switch? So that means you like a graveyard. You give, but you don't give back. I mean, you take in, but you don't give back.
Well, no,
Hey, I mean the graveyard.
If it's dead, it's dead. So
I know that's right.
They take in, but they definitely don't give back.
Like Glenn said, past hurts, have conditioned not just me, but my heart to be a little bit more, I don't know. I don't want to say resilient, but
Reserved.
More reserved. Yes. So and now I'm kind of like everybody's. Even if I'm dating you, you're still in the interview process.
Exactly.
Until I get a ring. So.
Exactly.
Come
on with
she
it.
would give you the clothes off her back, right?
Yeah.
So she gives the clothes off her back and gets nothing in return.
Right.
Yeah.
So at this stage, she wants to get.
Exactly.
Right, right.
But to your point, relationships condition you to be that way.
Right.
You've been a giver for so long. Now you know what? I'm tired of giving. And sometimes being in bad relationships cause us for the next one to kind of fuck them up because we be so messed up with the current or past relationship. You find that right person, right? And they're doing everything and they're trying to do everything, but then you're kind of reserved, like the past one didn't go right my way, so now I'm changing my standards a little bit. I'm setting these boundaries up. I was a giver, but now you know what? It's time to take.
I know that's right.
So I get that.
Cake.
I
think it's too though. I think I just want it to be like I know I can take care of me, but can you?
Absolutely.
So and that's what I'm looking at. Can you take care of me?
Right.
Like even if that's what I really want to know. You have to give to let me know that you can take care of it.
Right. And as we segue through that, which is a good segue, what do you believe every relationship should be built on? Trust.
Yeah.
Communication.
Communication.
Love,
communication.
Yeah.
If you have none of those, it would not work.
That's a good one too. Accountability.
My number one is respect. Because if you can't respect me, you're not going to communicate with me. You're not going to be trustworthy towards me. You're going to do what you want to do. I think respect to me is number one. Because if you respect me, you're not sliding, gliding behind my back. If there's a you'll be able to communicate because now you have this comfort where you're okay because you set that respect. You respect me enough to communicate to me, and then your trust, then you become trustworthy because now you respect me, so you're not gonna cheat, you're not gonna do this, you're not gonna do that, you're not gonna lie, So I think to me, that's just my opinion. What do you guys think?
I'm gonna say something to that, sis. When you say respect, a lot of people, men and women, use that word respect. They say, "I respect you enough to." You see what I'm saying? So my thing is, take accountability for who you are and your actions.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Don't respect me enough. Respect me all the way. Respect me how you respect yourself.
Yeah, right.
So I respect on that. Respect how you respect yourself. If you respect yourself all the way, respect me all the way.
Absolutely.
You take accountability for your actions of what you did wrong, what you said wrong. Be truthful to yourself. That way you be truthful to me. You be truthful to the relationship. This bond relationship. You know what I'm saying? That goes a long way with a lot of people. That goes with men and women because a lot of men, they want to take accountability for their actions, but they scared because behind the lack of respect the woman will give them. And the woman on the other end, they'll think like a man thinks that's them. No, we're not going to think that's of you. We want you to take accountability for what you said and what you did wrong. Correct. We do the same thing too. When two people take accountability for their actions, when you in a relationship, a marriage, a friendship, a bondage, or just a kicking it type thing, take accountability for who you are and what you do. What you do. If you're not gonna, if I'm not gonna have a garden and I plant these seeds, I let you come back and help me grow. Right. If you're not gonna help me grow, don't eat from my garden.
Absolutely.
No,
that's right. Absolutely.
I'm
all with it, bro.
I also feel like it's good to build off of like compassion and empathy. because we all have our own past, and like we all have our own traumas and demons we're fighting with from growing up. So that does lead into our adulthood as well. So sometimes we do have to like meet people where they are and understand this is why they're reacting to things that they're reacting to.
Yeah,
So to have that compassion, and then we can build and hopefully release those things.
Yeah, that's a good point. Go back to trust. I feel like trust is like the platform for everything, because if I trust you, I trust that you're respecting me. I trust that you're going to communicate with me. I trust that you're going to be accountable. I trust I can put all of that under trust, because I trust you. I'm giving you, like in God, we trust. Yeah. So that trust is there. So I look at it as if I trust you, I'm not even like all the other stuff. It's like I know it's good.
Correct.
So that's how I look at
everything else will fall in
I
place.
agree with you, because if it's hard to deal with someone, be around somebody if you can't trust them.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Reggie?
Well, for me, I'll say number one, communication first. Everything that we talked about at the table, it does go hand in hand with that. But the communication starts because you gotta let people know what you like, what you can handle. I mean, there's things that some of us at this table will do and some of us won't do. That it's things that we might do at this table that like, I ain't into that, but I might be into it, or you might be into it. But you gotta, again, that communication is where it starts. I know they know. He's probably the most open in the group. So
that's good. I wouldn't say you're the most open, but you're the most open with certain things.
Right. I'll be the most open with whatever you tell me.
All right. So let's talk about this. Let's go. I have a wild card question. Okay. So if your relationship, current or past, were a reality show, what would the season finale cliffhanger be?
Beauty in Black.
Beauty in Black. What about you, Kendra?
Oh my gosh, so I'm single. So my cliffhanger with me getting proposed to. It's about time. I'm almost 30, you feel me? So it's like
30?
Yeah.
You're looking all 22-ish.
Thank you. But no, like I feel like it's time for me to start like getting into that era of my life. So that would be my cliffhanger. It's like, would she say yes or would she say no?
Okay, that's a good one. Well, mine would be I'm standing in front of 3 doors, and it's like you said, stay single, married, or run for your life. So those would be my 3 doors. So you don't know which one I will open and go. That's a good one. I like that.
What about reality?
Yeah. Reality.
We have to talk about that.
Okay, what about you, Reggie?
Ooh, man, cliffhanger for mine. Ugh. Well, you know what? I like this show called Naked and Afraid. So mine would have to be something.
Oh, Sherry Tickle, she know that one.
So mine would have to be something along that, somewhere we end up naked but not afraid.
Oh,
okay.
Or something like
outside. Okay. What about you, Emma?
Me, I'm old school. I look at all old school. My cliffhanger would be like Fred Sample. Is the mom gonna ever leave the house? Leave the house. I mean, and when I say it like that is, are we gonna stay together? Or we gonna move on and you go be happy somewhere else, I be somewhere happy.
That's a good one.
Or we gonna stay here and try to work this out. You gonna make me miserable, I'll make you miserable. That's why I say treat like Sample and son, because the mom really never left.
Right,
for real. So I look at that situation.
I like that. I like that. That's good. Okay, so we do have a bit of an audience, and we have our round table guests, which we do appreciate you all. But now we're gonna have just a little bit of audience interaction. So you guys can ask. We want to pick 2 audience members, and you're going to ask a question, 1 each, to the panel, to our guests, and we're going to answer the question. So, any questions? Audience, anyone want to chime in on a question?
Come on, Bobby. I know you got something.
I know you got some questions.
anybody, nobody. Pick of choice.
Y'all thinking about it? No question?
Throw it out there.
Any of the panel, any of the guests have a question you would like to ask?
I got a question.
Yes.
What's the worst breakup of any friendship, relationship any of you have ever had?
I think that's one of those.
Go ahead.
So I'll say my worst was I had a friend, we had been friends since we were 4. And we stopped talking for 8 years and we don't even know why. And once we had that conversation, it was communication. Miscommunication.
Okay. And I can go along that side too, as far as friendship. That's the friend that I talked about, friends since the 3rd grade. And somehow it's just, I was going one way, she was going the other way. I could see her being friends with everybody else, but little old Lynn was in the corner and wasn't getting any attention type of thing. So I had to end that. To me, I think that was the worst because that one broke me. Because again, I don't let a lot of females get close to me. And when that happened, that broke me. My worst, I haven't been in a lot of relationships, you know. I've been married once. This is my 2nd marriage. But my first marriage, I think what would be my worst relationship, because I had to do the runaway bride. I had to get the hell up out of there and move to Georgia for my life. So pretty much. So I think that one was kind of like a break. It wasn't nasty, but I wasn't happy. And I wanted to be happy. I felt like I wasted my entire youth with this man. And I knew there was something better on the other side. And it was my hubby. All right.
So I don't have a relationship one because I've been with the same man for 30 years. So.
Woo! I know. Like you. What about you, Reggie?
For me, worst would probably be, of course, a failed marriage. But actually, something I hold above that was a friend that I had growing up who I met him in high school and knew him into my 30s. And just like fellas, we argue over little stupid stuff, competitive things, and we argued over something as simple as who's better, LeBron or Kobe. And in that argument, I started learning some things from some things he said about me that he had been harboring for years. Yeah. And I'm like, wow.
You gotta watch them people.
Yeah. And it took me to a place like I think what ended that friendship is I think I cocked my gun on the phone. And I stopped right there and said, from that to get to that level of heat, I never spoke to him after that.
Those people, let me tell you about that. Those people that turn up on you after a little argument, they've been holding that shit in for a long time. Those are people you have to really be careful with.
Jealousy and everything.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What about you, Sherry?
I don't know the worst. Well, I mean, I do know the worst, but I'm trying to think of how to say it without saying it.
Go on, say it. That nigga.
Well, I trusted someone, and I so let me say it like this. I was married, I got divorced, and then, of course, you get on Tinder, dating a whole bunch of people, and I started dating this guy, and I think we dated for almost about a year. Well, maybe not even quite a year, but it was almost a year. And he, was like, oh, well, it was like something out of the movies, I think we ended up doing it, and he was like, you know what, I really want to go further with you, you're everything, give me 30 days to fix everything, but you have to move out of your apartment and come move with me.
Oh.
So, of course, I'm all in love. I didn't think anything about it and everything. So I basically already gave up half of everything I owned because I went from a almost 6,000 square foot house to a 2,000 square foot apartment, from my divorce. Mm-hmm. I move in with him and I get rid of the other half, despite the stuff that was in storage, but it wasn't really much. But anyway, gave up another, and us Tauruses, we're kind of like, not so much, but it's like, hey, I worked for this, and I appreciate things, that bring value, but anyway. So no problem, did all of that, move in with him. He didn't stop nothing he did or was doing, basically he was talking to everybody and their mama. And I'm there. And again, I asked him, trying to trust, just be honest. Do you want to have something open? How do you want to do this? I'm here, I'm taking care of, your mama, your kids, I'm doing all of this stuff like that. and you know his brother, but I felt like, you know, here it is, I'm paying. It wasn't like, you know, he was paying everything. I'm paying half of everything, if not more. So it's like, you know, you're there and everything, and I just felt really used by him because it was, I don't even want to say when it was, but it was during a time when the economy wasn't doing really well, and it's just one of those things. I just really feel like, you know, he hurt me. He really like broke me down so far to where I felt like, you know, like I doubted myself, you know, my self-worth, you know, just all of it, my confidence, you know, all of it. And it was overwhelming.
And it's horrible how men, I mean, women do it too to men, but I'm speaking from a woman perspective because I am a woman. But it's crazy how being in a relationship and loving someone so much to where you do everything for them and then they break you. That's a whole different. I watched my mom go through that, you know, and I watched my mom love a man, my father, that didn't get two shits about her, and she went to her grave with from a broken heart, loving a man that did not love her.
Yeah.
And that's why I say in my relationship path, I looked at her growing up and said, I would never be like you. And that damaged my relationship because my mouth was reckless. I didn't really respect and really appreciated the men I had past relationships with because I said I wasn't going to be like my mom because the way I watched her wine and dine, catered, and do all this to a man that didn't love her. So the relationships can break you.
Yeah.
They can really, and if you're not strong and if you don't get healed from that, it's all it's going to do is just transfer into other relationships.
Correct.
Into other relationships. So thank you for sharing that.
You know, the crazy thing is, though, I'm gonna chime in on that. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of women. It's like a lot of good women that I see. You know what I'm saying? They always go for the bumps.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Feel me on this, though. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got good 9-to-5 blue collar men out there. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Want a woman, you know what I'm saying? Want a good woman, but the good woman don't want a men like that. They want the bums that want to stay in the house. You know, want to play video games all day.
I think
you know,
women,
like what's going on with
it?
it?
Condition men to be like that.
That's true.
Because if you set that boundary, that expectation up front, a man they're not going to try you. You know what I'm saying? But if you be like, oh, then you can relax, you can chill, you can do this, you can play video games all day, master.
No, but
and I cook and clean and one place.
It's like I see a whole lot of good women.
Oh yeah,
you know,
my daddy told me
I see a whole lot of good women. You know what I'm saying? Like have bums. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the good men is right. The good men is right there. But you want this whole bum though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why y'all go for the bum.
But that was shaking. You know what I'm saying?
Like an issue with black women. But I'm just saying, you don't see that. It's an issue with us black women that we look for men who peacock.
So we can fix.
Well, no. But they say it's slave mentality. You know, back in the days, they say that we look for men who peacock. We don't look for the man who, you know, we kind of like look for like not so much potential or what we can make this man into.
Mrs.
No. Versus if you look at some of the other ethnicities, they look for financial. But I'm telling you, that's
you're right.
So that's all I'm saying.
Hey, Shirley, I got a question for you.
Yeah, that's all they got.
We were talking earlier, you know, you want a high value man that want to take care of you. You know what I'm saying? You deserve the world. I get that. But
to your
what
point,
are you bringing to the table?
But to your point,
to have a high value, man.
But see,
I already make it.
No,
but not even that. I'm educated. I'm smart.
But
I'm always coming up with new ventures, and I'm ready to build.
And then my next question is why are you going for the bumps?
Who said I have a bum?
No, I guess
I said that
as a gorgeous woman like you are, you know, you shouldn't have to go online to have to find a man.
No,
You know,
I was going through divorce. But I was going through a divorce, and everybody wants companionship.
Yeah.
So don't knock it down. We all want companionship. I didn't go on there to, I'm going to find the love of my life. I just happened to find, and actually, like about 10 of the guys that I met on Tinder, because that's what I was on, I'm still friends with, and I never even had sex with them. So, I mean, I made valuable relationships with some of these people, you know, that it just didn't work out. But this one person, he was that's good. He was a manipulator. He knew how to look at a woman and prey on her insecurities or her downfalls. So he knew something about me that I didn't even know.
He wasn't a bum.
He wasn't. He was beautiful. Beautiful man. He had almost the same financial status. Right. So he was not like that. He was just
and that's the only thing I was getting at. I was just getting at, you know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? I always have a man the same, you know what I'm saying, that's looking for the same goals that you.
Right. And I don't make low six figures. Let me put that to you too. So I always meet men who are but I'm just trying to tell you, I always meet men at my financial status. Always.
Yeah, we just having a conversation.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up because we just have a couple of minutes left. Again, I do appreciate the roundtable conversation. It got heated. So what that tells you, you need to chime in next week for some more roundtable conversation here at Ebony Talk. We're talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly in relationships. And we just want to thank you guys for joining us with this segment. And go to YouTube, Atlanta Cast Network. We'll be airing on there. You can also find us on Ebony Talk on YouTube. See you next week.
Ebony Talk. Pull up, grab a chair. We grown, no cap, no code. Just truth on the floor. Round table, plates out, paint out. She like, girl, I stayed. Should've stayed out. He like, man, I lied. Then I laid out. We all laughed and we still let it play out. Side chick stories. Divorce paper, sneaky links, future babes. Screenshots, receipts, hearts on red. Everybody got a ghost. Everybody got a bed. Ebony Talk, let's talk about it. Good, bad, the ugly, we still shout it. No filters here. Say what you feel. If it hurt, if it heal, we keep it real.
Ebony Talk, we gon' talk about it. Side by side, every flaw, every habit. No judgment, just grown folks vibing. All kinds of love on this island.
Let's talk about it.
She said he a king, but he cheat too. He said shorty live first.